Let's talk Bakhram versus Tszyu. Post fight, you know, a lot of people wrote off Bakhram, and this fight, was a similar fight with Joshua versus Dubois. The champion Bakhram coming to fight Tszyu, defending his title. Somehow he's the underdog, just like Dubois Joshua. Dubois coming off better wins than Joshua. He's the champion. Somehow he's the underdog. Similar situation, similar fight. In this fight, Tszyu gets dropped early, and a lot of it was to do with his right hand. The high guard just wasn't there. Um, Tszyu already being the shorter fighter, you would think that he would try to at least survive after being dropped the first time. Just like Joshua, getting dropped the first time, unable to survive. Bakhram finds openings immediately. Tszyu's got his guard dropped completely. Trying to land 1-2 combinations. And the thing is, I always mention this that people should, if they're going to drop their guard, they should throw a right hand lead. That way they can't see it coming. Because Tszyu's always following up with the right hand after the jab. Bakhram's able to counter it. And the thing that really made it easy for Bakhram to counter was that he would do a jab and then he would do a left hook to the body. But this isn't a left hook where he's underneath the guy's chin. No, this is a left hook where Bakhram can see exactly where he's punching, and it's a hook. So Bakhram, because he was initially gonna counter with the left hook anyway. If you throw a right hand, Bakhram gets Tszyu in the most vulnerable place. Tszyu's coming in with a power shot to the body. Bakhram coming in with a power hook, knocking down Tszyu, in round 2. Then, Tszyu gets back up, looks in shock, and he comes to attack, and he pays the price, just like Joshua, comes to attack, tries to exchange with the guy that's hurt him, and he doesn't allow himself time to recover. Bakhram's exactly where he wants to, throwing bigger punches. He's already dropped him, he's already figured out that this guy can't take his left hook, that his right hand is always, his guard's always down. And it's basically an open book for him, just right there to be hit. Tszyu tries to turn it into a fight. He tries to go after Bakhram, basically fighting off emotion. We know Tszyu's a guy that does knock guys down. He does hunt people down and break them down and knock them out. In this case, he was a guy that was on weak legs. After getting dropped the first time, staggered, didn't have time to recover. And Bakhram, the champion, better defense. You see him, he's got the double high guard up. He's a defensively better fighter, and he's got a bigger punch than Tszyu. Tszyu's a guy that likes to throw a couple, be effective, then take you out, break you down. Bakhram's knocking him down with one punch. Although he's throwing combinations, it's the single punches that are really dropping him, especially the left hook. And Bakhram, he is a hooker, so he's a guy that was his plan to start with, is to try to get inside the pocket, throw hooks, drop Tszyu. And he didn't need to try very hard, Tszyu was standing right there, like I said, following up after the jab with the right hand down. Bakhram read the play, Tszyu paid the consequences and dropped him. In the second round, dropped him, I believe, 2-3 times. And Tszyu wasn't able to recover. Coming forward, backing up, Bakhram gets caught again. Very similar to the Joshua Dubois fight, Bakhram lands the left hook. First knockdown, finishes the fight with a left hook where Tszyu gets up and they have to throw in the towel. He just couldn't stand up. Bakhram was dropping him with left hooks. He also dropped him with the right. And Tszyu just didn't have any defense. That right hand. Although Tszyu was trying to land his own, he knows that he backs himself with his power, with his combinations. He just couldn't land that right hand in a way where he could roll that hook, or even throw hooks to the body without keeping low. The shorter fighter always has to try to get underneath the taller fighter's chin, so they can't see the punches coming. Tszyu sort of standing upright. Anyone can see that shot from a mile. And to make it worse, he's close to him within hitting range. So, it was a very one-sided beatdown. I think the casino got it completely wrong with the odds. It was a case of the champion challenging a guy that's come off a loss, which was Tszyu. I know it was unfortunate, but he is coming off a loss. Bakhram's been active. He's been fighting. Just more ready, more prepared. And Tszyu, honestly, he couldn't survive, even if he tried. His legs were just gone. After the first knockdown, he couldn't regroup himself. He's fighting a formation, trying to change it into a fight, trying to knock out the bigger guy, where the bigger guy's hurting him a lot more. And has him exactly where he wants him. The left hand can't miss. Just a one-sided beatdown. This is good for 154. I'd like to see Bakhram versus Crawford. I don't really want to see Crawford fight Madrimov again. It wasn't really an entertaining fight. I think Bakhram versus Crawford will be a good fight. I believe that Boots Ennis should step up to 154 and make noise as well. We know that Charlo, he was undisputed at 154, but let's face it, Charlo didn't fight Bakhram, so I wouldn't mind if he came back. We know he's inactive. We know that he ran away from Canelo basically to survive. But, I want to see the best fight the best. And at 154, it's an interesting division. Bakhram showed why he's the champ and took care of Tszyu within 3 rounds, I believe. Just a complete mismatch. One guy came in there with no defense. The other guy came in there with defense and better attack. That's my take anyway. Leave yours. Look forward to the comments. And I'll catch you later. Peace.